Welcome to the latest article from Clive. God inspires, so I carefully write them down to share them with you. May your love for God be renewed and refreshed each morning. Remember, there are dreamers and there are planners. The planners make their dreams come true. Our article this time is Who Created God? I came across a short film clip where an average Christian Joe was being seriously mocked by a university professor type about who made God. And his reply was amazing and very advanced, so I will endeavour to do him justice and yet explain it in something that we all can better understand, and let academics play in advanced mental gymnastics. Well, who made God? Well, either a bigger God made God, so that a bigger God made the bigger God, so then a bigger God, well, you know where this is going in this never-ending spiral string. But this chap had a totally different concept. We live and exist trapped in a threefold dimension of time, space, and matter. If God was made up from within these bounds, then God is then not God. For God to be God, he must live outside of these three constraints. Time is made up of three elements: past, present, future. Space is made up of three elements: height, breadth, depth. Matter is made up also of three elements: solid, liquid, gas. It is like an object was made up from within the object. To be stupid, it is like parking your Mini and a Nissan Sunny around the back of the shed, and in a few days you get a Fiat Bambina, which then grows into a Ferrari. Well, it takes a car to make a car, because it takes a cow to make a cow, so gods make gods. Or the Greeks' concept is that a super talented human being became a god, and these created and control and such. Yeah, right. For God to be really God, he must, and therefore exist from outside the creation he made of time, space, and matter, which God also made, so that he could create using time, space, and matter as his building blocks, as it were. People get together and build ships, houses, cars, for ships and cars do not make ships and cars. Therefore God must exist outside of time, space, and matter. The Bible gives us some hints. Malachi 3:6, part A. For I am the Lord, I change not. Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever. John 14:9. Jesus said unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that seeth me has seen the Father. How sayest thou then, Show us the Father? Deuteronomy 4:39. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, that the Lord, he is God, in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. God is not trapped within time and space, for God is omnipresent, omniscient, and all those other wonderful attributes. A miserable 3-pound human brain is never going to be able to comprehend outside of our scope. I remember a story told of an African bushman who went to New York, and when he returned he was asked how the people lived there. So he used language that they all understood. So he says that people build their huts on top of other people's huts in big tall stacks. When asked how you get into your hut, he explained that there is another hut on the outside of the stack. You enter this one and went in it and up to your hut or back down. To which he was told that that was the most stupidest thing out to ever build on top of somebody else's hut. If a bushman cannot explain a skyscraper, then how can I explain God, who lives outside of time, space, and matter? Can you explain this? As your only material or concept that we all can understand it by is to use time, space, and matter. Job got a bunch of problems to solve, as found in Job 41-4. Moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, Shall he contendeth with the Almighty instruct him? He that reproveth God, let him answer it. Then Job answered the Lord and said, Behold, I'm vile. What shall I answer thee? I will lay my hand upon my mouth. Job 38:1-13. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this that darkeneth the counsel of my words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of you, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare, if thou canst understand. Who hath laid the measure thereof? If thou knowest, or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? And when the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy? Or who shut up the sea with doors when it brake forth, as if it had issued out of a womb? When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and the thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and brake up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, or caused the dayspring to know his place, that it may take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? Dear friend, there is so much that we cannot explain, like winds and waves, water, solar radiation, sound, etc., our emotions, even such simple things as happiness and joy. So, God is God, and He is very real. He sent us His only begotten Son to redeem us from out of this mess of sin and death which Satan created. Isaiah 25:8, He will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord God will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of His people shall He take away from off all the earth, for the Lord hath spoken it. So if you want to, you can ask God yourself when you sit on His lap, look up into His face, then you can ask God, where did you come from? But first, you must trust and obey Him to even get there. So then, when all is said and done, who created God? It is a pleasure to share this article with you, and we look forward to meeting once more soon. Thank you for these moments during your very precious time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this with your friends and family. Looking forward to meeting you again. Until then, please stay safe.